This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the place for all your Pokemon TCG online needs. They have code cards from a huge variety of sets, so definitely check it out, PotownStore.com. With Reshiram Zekrom, you'll definitely get the job done. Damage output like a shotgun, getting one shot still we have one. Some cards that we can combine. With Nagandel we're doing fine. Energies every turn, it's now time to take some prize cards, they're mine. How about some aggression? And resolve is a suggestion. Rayquaza teaches a lesson, this deck will leave an impression. We even have Tapu Koko, whiffing energies is a no-no. 270 is just loco, all attackies will get KO, yeah! Episode 235, Reshiram Zekrom GX. Sup YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome to episode 235, where we'll be talking all about the new Reshiram Zekrom Tag Team GX. But first, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future uploads, and also smack that little notification bell so you get notified immediately when a new video hits the channel. Alright, it's time for another card review / deck idea video of some of the new cards of Cosmic Eclipse. As you know, I already did a top 20 best cards video of Cosmic Eclipse, so definitely check that video out if you want to know what else is great in this upcoming new set. Today we'll be talking about one of the more popular new Tag Team GXs from the set. First we'll review the card and then we'll look over some cards that pair really well with it, and even some deck ideas as well in the end. Alright, let's go! Reshiram Zekrom GX is a Tag Team GX Pokemon, which means we can search it out with the help of Cherish Ball as well as the new Tag Whistle. But not only that, it's also a Dragon type, which means we can use Mysterious Treasure as well. So finding this GX is gonna be really easy. Being a Dragon type also means we have a bunch of advantages, like we can use the tool card Dragon Talon to put 3 damage counters on the opponent's Pokemon if they decide to attack us. Zinnia can also be used for some energy acceleration, but we'll have way better options than that. Lastly, there's Altaria, which can be used to deal extra damage because we are a Dragon type, but we won't be using that at all since the damage output is already fine as it is. Alright. We have 270 HP, which is on the high end for a Tag Team GX, and we also have a 3 retreat cost, which might leave us stranded in the active position from time to time. Definitely considering the fact that Great Catcher will also be released in Cosmic Eclipse, so maybe running a switch card or two might not be a bad idea. We have a weakness to Fairy, which might cause a little bit of trouble because Gardevoir and Sylveon Tag Team GX can one-shot us rather easily and seems to be popular or getting more popular by the days. Not only that, did you know that there's also a Dragon Fairy Charm? Yeah, facing that deck will be kind of our weakest matchup in the format right now, but don't let that fact get you down. This card will be a top contender and have its own archetype because its damage output is through the roof. Talking about its attacks, its first attack is for a fire and a lightning energy and is called Fabled Flare Bolts. And this actually states discard up to 3 in any combination of basic fire and basic lightning energies from your bench Pokemon. This attack deals 90 damage for every energy discarded in this way. Oh wow, did you realize what this means? This card can actually dish out a flat 270 damage rather easily, and all that damage output is perfect to just one hit KO 99% of the meta game. Things can go down very easily, except for maybe those rogue occasions where you come across like a Mega Sableye and Tyranitar GX or Magikarp and Whaler GX for example, but all the rest will go down very quickly. How do we get those energies on our bench Pokemon? Well, that's what you're here for in this video, and I'm gonna explain that later. First, we're gonna discuss the second attack called Crossbreak GX. This attack dishes out 170 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for 2 fire and 2 lightning energies. But if we played End's Resolve, a new supporter which I'm gonna talk about soon, during your turn you can choose another one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and also deal 170 damage to that Pokemon. Oh boy, this is just getting crazy. Getting 2 targets with 170 damage will win games, I assure you that. How many times did you face an opponent that had 2 Dedennis on their field? Yeah, plenty, I know. So this crazy attack can actually take 4 prize cards if you see 2 Dedanas on the opponent's field. We already see that Nagandel GX is being used for a Venom shot, and that already is insane, but getting this GX attack off is gonna be fantastic if we can use End's Resolve. End's Resolve is a supporter that states, discard the top 6 cards of your deck. Attach all basic energy cards you find there to one of your benched dragon Pokemon. I know, it's really aggressive, but the energy acceleration will be insane since we're gonna be playing a lot of energies in our deck. We already seen a lot of those decks with like 18 energies, and like the abilities art, well, we're gonna be running a similar kind of a scenario where we can get this End's Resolve to its maximum potential. And that is how we will get this attack off very easily. I think people will be more interested to play Mew in their deck from Unbroken Bonds because, yeah, if they don't, they're gonna get punished by the GX move, which can snipe 2 targets for 170 damage. And in this metagame filled with the Dedenne GX, Mew from Unbroken Bonds will also rise in value. So now that we're done talking about this fantastic card, let's talk about some card combos, shall we? Well, we'll categorize these in 3 different archetypes that I came up with for this particular card. The first one is a straight up aggressive version with Rayquaza GX and End's Resolve. The strategy is very simple. We are using End's Resolve to get energies onto our main attacker. Then we also smack down a couple of Rayquaza GX to get more energies into play thanks to Stormy Winds. And then we will be able to use Fabled Flare Bolts on the first turn if we go second, because Rayquaza gets energies in play and the End's Resolve will get our attacker up and rolling. Don't forget a couple of switch cards to get, of course, that bench dragon Pokemon onto the active position. Maybe Jirachi's skateboard mechanic could also work out. We play cards like Mysterious Treasure and Cherish Bolt to get this combo going, as well as Pokegear. So we search out our dragon Pokemon, use Pokegear to find End's Resolve as quickly as possible, and during the late game we can also maybe rely on Latias Prism Star as a 1 prize attacker to set up our board with more energies. And don't forget, there's also Tapu Koko Prism Star, which can get lightning energies back from the discard as well. This card will, this kind of a deck will easily discard a lot of your deck, but if you can get it out, you're definitely gonna have an awesome time by smacking 270 damage as early as possible. Maybe running 1 or 2 Lysander Labs is also not a bad choice, since that way you have a real answer against the Dragon Fairy Charm, which I think will be used in the new Gardevoir and Sylveon Tag Team GX deck. Next idea is to play more conservative with the help of Nagandel of Lost Thunder. Charging up ability has been great, and we've seen it work already, and this is going to be the same mechanic here. We are going to be using that card to get energies onto our field. With this version of the deck, we're also going to be relying on Welder to set up our attacker and have the manual attach be a lightning energy. Then we can set up enough Nagandels and we can loop Fabled Flare Bolts very easily. Every single turn we smack 270 and get all the energies back thanks to the charging up ability of the Nagandel. This might seem a little bit slower than the crazy aggressive version with Rayquaza GX, but if you can get this up properly, you're definitely gonna have the edge, because that way you will be reset stamp proof. Because once you have your setup, the Nagandels set themselves up and you only discard energies from the bench Pokemon. So that's gonna be great. Not only that, with Nagandel you also have a non-GX attacker available, so you can go through things like Keldeo GX. So maybe energy switches could also help you out in the late game, so you can recover those energies and you don't have to rely on Welder every single turn. And the last deck idea is to just play a version of Pikarom, but with a couple of fire energies thrown into the mix. Maybe play Viridian Forest as well, so you can easily search those out. But the idea is rather simple. We still play Thunder Mountain Prism Star, and also Tapu Koko Prism Star to get our full blitz up and rolling as early as possible. Then the turn after that we can have so many energies on board that we can just simply swap to Reshiram Zekrom GX out of nowhere, thanks to Zero Aura providing free retreat, and then out of nowhere with a fire attachment we can go crazy with 270 damage. I know that the Raichu and Alolan Raichu Tag Team GX can also dish out a huge amount of damage, but this has an amazing GX move, so we can use like 270 damage, and afterwards, if you can get of course another attachment, you can also snipe. So that is gonna be kind of a way to just playtest with Reshiram and Zekrom and the 3 archetypes I mentioned. But now I want to hear you guys' opinion. In my opinion, the first two deck archetypes are better, and I really want to just give you guys a couple of deck cards that you could think about. For the first one, it's gonna be Shrine of Punishment. I know this hurts yourself as well because we're also with GX, but listen to this. This will make sure that certain 180 HP Pokemon become snipeable with GX move. For example, if the opponent has 2 Blacephalon GX on the field, we smack down Shrine of Punishment and use Crossbreed GX to get 4 prize cards and skip the Beast Ring turn. How awesome is that? I know it hurts yourself, but yeah, against certain matchups it will definitely be worth it. Next up is Lieutenant Surge's strategy. Imagine that you can get this off in combination with 2 End Resolve cards at once. That way you can set up your Pokemon in no time, and you can definitely have, of course, that one-hit KO potential. It's situational at best, but definitely wanted to mention it right here. Lastly are some fire attacks. First up is Volcanion with Flare Starter to accelerate some energies early game if you go second. And then there's Victini Prism Star, which we all got familiar with thanks to the Ability Zard deck. It can smack huge amount of damage while also recovering all of your basic energies, even the lightning energies, which is fantastic. And that's it for another episode on the channel. I want to hear what you guys think about Reshiram and Zekrom GX. Do you think it will have a big impact on the format, and with what will you partner it with? End Resolve, Nagandel, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments section below. And that pretty much wraps it up for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to demolish the like button. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. Anyhow, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hasta la vista, Poke People!
Bye.